Tea drinkers, good afternoon. It's tea time, number 33. Let's prepare for our tea to be steeped by getting some hot water or getting some cold water and boiling it. A big shout out goes to the people I've been meeting on Twitter who have checked out these reviews. It's been super nice to engage with people who have both watched my videos and also just love tea and have tried the teas I've tried and also have recommended me new teas to try in the future. So big thanks to you. Let's talk about this afternoon's tea. This afternoon's tea will be Vanilla Pear by Tea Forte. It's a part of their Lotus series, and it's an organic white tea. Let's now read this tea's description. Vanilla Pear. Vanilla orchid melds with fresh melds. Vanilla Pear. Vanilla orchid melds with fresh baked pear for a relaxing cup. Let's read this tea's brewing instructions. Pour a single steeps pouch into any tea infuser. Pour 12 ounces of boiling water over tea. Green or white tea will be steeped for 2 to 3 minutes. So a quick critique of this Tea Forte box is that it doesn't state the temperature that we should be steeping these teas. That's a big issue when it comes to white teas and green teas because they can burn. I looked up on their website, Tea Forte, the specific teas, and it correctly states some temperatures that we should be steeping these teas at. Specifically, this white tea today should be steeped at 195 degrees Fahrenheit. It states it on the website. I'm not sure why they decided to leave that off the box here, but that's how it goes. So I'm going to give this tea a couple minutes just to cool down, and then we can steep and go from there. So I've given this water a couple minutes to cool down. Let's now steep this tea and allow 4 minutes of steep time, and then we're free to taste our tea. Already getting a lot of pear straight from this tea. Smell. Awesome. Our 4 minutes is up. Also wanted to mention their website for this tea states 4 minutes of steep time, and the box actually states 2 to 3 minutes. So that's another thing that I feel like is off on this tea box that could be easily fixed and could give users a much better tea experience. But let's sip this tea. We know we did the right thing. And we'll find out if this tea is right for us. So I've just been sipping this tea lightly and smelling it every time, and I couldn't put my finger on what it reminded me of, what tea I had recently that it reminded me of. But funny enough, the smell has such a strong similarity to this Paris tea that I had recently. I'll link it here, or at least show a photo. But Harney & Sons makes a Paris tea that has a current kind of blueberry, it's a black tea, but it has that aroma. And this tea is so similar that way. I don't know why. But the overall smell of this tea is fantastic. It's like, I wouldn't even call it a pear, really. It smells more like a berry to me. But it's so easy, and it doesn't offend the palate in any way. The taste of this tea is rather mild, relaxed, not very sweet. I think it's got some slight sweetness, which I like. It has a pretty full body for a white tea, but rather simple. So I'm going to keep taking some more sips and get a better feeling. And I think, I'm not sure if I'm really tasting vanilla here. It's kind of on the aftertaste. There's no initial taste that's vanilla. Kind of reminds me of like an apple tea. Okay, so why these two teas are similar or taste similar, I'm just looking at the Harney & Sons box, is because the second main ingredient actually of Paris is vanilla flavor. So that comes before blackcurrant flavor, bergamot oil, caramel flavor. It's black tea, and then it's vanilla flavor on this Harney & Sons Paris. And as I also had mentioned in my cinnamon apple spice review, that tea I recommend as much of a beginner tea, a tea that if you want somebody to get into tea, or if you want somebody to have a great first experience with tea, you'd give them that tea. And I recommend the same thing with this Vanilla Pear by Tea Forte. This tea is a 7.9. Like I said, not a complex tea. A tea which smells much better than it tastes, but doesn't taste bad. It just doesn't give any kind of kick or doesn't spark a memory. It's not a very inspiring tea. And that's my review. Thanks so much for listening and watching. I hope this recommendation or this review has helped you make your tea choices in the future. And that's it pretty much. Have a great rest of your day. Whatever you end up doing. Cheers.